That's a good beer. Our upcoming concert with the Rochester Symphony is called Slavic Soul, and there's two things I love about Eastern European music of a Slavic extraction. One is that it sounds like it's right out of the earth. The folk song is in there, the culture is in there, the actual dirt of the land sounds like it's in the music. And it's so expressive, it's so powerful, so dramatic, so emotional. The Slavs, the Russians, the Poles write with their hearts on their sleeves. We start with Dmitri Shostakovich, who grew up under the Soviet regime. And he had a lot of trouble trying to get along as a modern composer in that case, but often he would accept the invitation of the government to create a celebratory piece for a special occasion. And the special occasion this time was the October Revolution of 1917 being celebrated in 1954. They gave him a whole week to write a piece. He took 3 days, staying up all night, and created his festive overture, one of the two great overtures of the 20th century, along with Leonard Bernstein's Candide. And it just brims with energy all the way through. I don't know how he wrote so many notes so fast, but it's a brilliant piece. We go from Shostakovich to Witold Lutosławski. Lutosławski was a Pole who had a very unfortunate upbringing. His dad and his brother were executed by the Bolsheviks because they wanted an independent Poland, not an oppressed Poland. Lutosławski himself served in World War II, and then afterward helped found the League of Polish Composers, which he headed for some time, and during that time he wrote his Concerto for Orchestra, his greatest piece. Now, it was the last piece he wrote based on Polish folk songs, and we have a pretty good idea that two of those folk songs were gotten to him by a pair of musicologists, a married couple named Sobieski, whose son, Michael Sobieski, is our concertmaster for these concerts. It's going to be great fun to have Michael tell us about Lutosławski, whom he knew pretty well when he was a kid. Then it's finally to Tchaikovsky, the most Russian of us all, said the later Russian composer Stravinsky. And this time, Tchaikovsky's 34 years old. He's working at the Moscow Conservatory, where he decides to make a tribute for his boss, the director of the conservatory, Nikolai Rubinstein. He writes a piano concerto for the pianist to play. Rubinstein took one look at it on Christmas Eve of 1874, called it coarse, vulgar, and unplayable. He wouldn't perform it unless Tchaikovsky rewrote it. Tchaikovsky, being a stubborn sort, refused to change a single note. Then Tchaikovsky was stuck. Who would play it? So he sent the score in parts to Hans von Bülow, a German composer who had previously had a lot of good things to say about Tchaikovsky's earlier music. Von Bülow got it, loved it, and said, I'm going on tour to North America, I'm going to take it with me, and there I'll have it played with an orchestra if I can find one who can play it. He was in Boston when he found an orchestra of mostly German immigrants, and they had a wonderful premiere. I love the way von Bülow described the orchestra. He called it mostly German, industrious, and their intelligence not yet drowned in lager beer. I'm going to drown some of my intelligence. The next week, from Boston, they went on to New York. Huge success of a premiere inaugurating a brand new hall, Chickering Hall, built by the Chickering Piano Company, which von Bülow said, though I've often played like a pig, Chickering pianos make me play like a god. Great success of a Russian concerto being performed by a German pianist with a mostly German orchestra in America. Great, great story. To play that concerto with us, we've got Scott Cuellar, a brilliant young pianist who has wonderful energy and will be appearing with me in a Brew Meastro Live on April 14th, 7 in the evening, the Grand Rounds. It's going to be a great time, and you'll have a great time too at the concert of Slavic Soul, Shostakovich, Lutosławski, Tchaikovsky on April 16th and 17th at Lourdes High School. Slavic Soul, I'll be there with my heart on my sleeve. Cheers.